Queasy. How is everybody this morning? Okay, let me get my book. We are drawing portraits, self-portraits with tea today. Lovely. I may do one on watercolor paper because I know that this paper is not gonna take to tea very well. Let's see who's with us this morning. And I'm going to turn the volume down. And there we go. I have my coffee, which I do not want to be double dipping in. And I'm going to heat that up. How is it cold already? That's crazy. Look at, I really need, I'm going to make an effort to clean up today for sure. Then I have tea. I did have regular tea, but I thought that would be quite close to coffee. So what I got was a elderberry and echinacea tea. It's kind of sad to be dipping in that. And then just a regular coffee, a strong coffee. How is everybody, and who is drawing their self-portrait with tea and coffee this morning? Let me know. I mean, if you don't have tea and coffee, that's okay. If I just push everything out of the viewpoint, then it'll look nice, right? Right? Just push it out. There we go. That looks better. Ta-da! It's almost clean, just this side. Pushing it out. Can't really, oh well, I'm going to use these anyway. Okay. Blueberry tea. C is having blueberry tea. Who else? C says LOL. Good morning, Meryl. Good morning, C. Hello, Amy. Hi, Julie. How are you? What was I about to do? I was, getting my iPad set up so that I can actually see myself. And then we'll get started. All right. Oh, and then I also, okay, if my iPad falls, it's going to fall on my coffee. My coffee is going to go everywhere, so I have to be really careful. Let's do this. It's a very large view of me. Look, I can show you my little coffee. Because I'm warming them in these, I have to take the silicone off, which is the little cover that goes on these. Some of you know that because you have the cups. They're Royal Copenhagen cups and I love them. Look how weird the digital form goes. It goes a little bit off. It doesn't actually do that in my world. It just says 180 and I'm just, can you see that? I'm heating it up. Lovely C gave me this. She sent it over to me because my coffee always gets cold. Hello from Barcelona. You're very welcome, Natalia. Hola, Patty. And hi, Elvira. Okay, let's get started. I have, like I said, I have coffee and I have tea. And my tea is elderberry and echinacea, so it'll probably be very, very light. And I'm going to just use a regular paintbrush, I guess. Or maybe a dip pen. Should we try a dip pen first? Dip pen may work well. Maybe a clean dip pen. This dip pen nib is not very clean. Do I have another one? I do have another. I have a better one here. Okay. Morning. Oh, you are using your... I do not know what that is. I have to click on that. You are using your tea cozy. No, it actually, it's part of the cup. If you look up Royal Copenhagen and look up fluted contrast, these are the bottom. I can't tip this cup over, but see how it's like this? It goes indented, and then this slides in like this, and it's part of the design. I've drawn lots of them. I don't know if you can see that. But you take, I can't put it on the silicone thingy. Yeah. Good morning, Melissa. Melissa, it's Thursday. It's squirrel day. Okay, we're going to do a minute. We were waiting for you, Melissa. We're going to do a minute drawing. It doesn't have to be continuous line. I don't think I can do continuous line with dip pen. So we're drawing with coffee. Oh, yes. Squirrels and ducks and cats. Yes. Who are we drawing? We're drawing. 1 minute starts now. I'm not like Melissa. I don't have like fancy. Ooh. Oh, I think it's picking up some of my ink from my ink pen. That's not right. Oh, no. Okay, I can't do that. I'm going to start again. Don't worry, you can still use the minute. Well, hey, do you know what that gives me a thought of? I wonder if I put my dip pens in there, will my coffee clean my dip pens for me? Oh, what about our, my hair is funny today. What about our ink pens? Like our Lammies? Maybe coffee is a good cleaner. Maybe. Okay, this is not showing up. I think I'm gonna have to do this on watercolor paper. I'll try one more on the white paper in here, but my coffee is not strong enough, I don't think. It doesn't look like an espresso, but I thought I did a small coffee. That sounds risky. You know, it may not be risky if your pen is like at the end of its life and you just want to try something. Okay, I'm gonna try the tea and see if it's different. Oh, it's so weak. Whose idea was coffee and tea? Okay, I may have to use watercolor paper because I think I'm gonna do an hour of layering. Maybe just layers. Was it Julie? I think champagne would have been better, Julie. Okay, I'm gonna try again. I'm not gonna put the timer on. I'm just gonna try. But yeah, it's soaking in. I definitely need to use watercolor paper, I think, because then at least I can layer afterwards. And it may just be a lengthier process. So yeah, if you're here, well, I'll remind you all later as well, but art hang party is tonight. Beth has a meet today as well. Dogs of Muttville. And who else? Then there's the visual arts passage. They are drawing, I think, costume, anything with costume dress. Like, I think there is a theme, but I can't remember the name of it. I had my critique yesterday, and they said, you know, on the one with the chair, this one. So they said they like the one, they love the figure, and that they said do one with the figure and one without the figure. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just do 2 of those. Ah, Melissa, I like that. She says, can I give you permission to use another material on top of the coffee? Ha. Yes, I think you can. We have been given permission to use other materials. I'm going to try, okay, so, or how about, I mean, this is just coffee. I'm going to put the date and I'm going to say that it's coffee so that I don't get confused. August 29th. A paint pen on Posca. Okay. A paint pen or Posca. I mean, that would be a good idea too. Let's see. I could use the Posca around and in between the coffee. That's a very light Posca. What's up with my materials today? Is it just because it's on this bad, like not very thick paper? Oh, who gave me this one? A light blue Posca. I like the more opaque. C says, yes, yes with the figure. Thank you. Julie says, we will try red wine next week. Yes. We won't be doing self-portraits anymore. Oh, but in the letter R, maybe we can do red wine. Or just in the letter. Actually, we could do it. We could do a double. We could do red wine for R and wine for W. Thank you, everybody, for putting in ABCs. And if you haven't registered yet, I have sent out a post on Patreon, and I've sent out a post on Substack for a free drawing session on Sunday, just to subscribers. So you have to be a subscriber to come. But we're gonna do our day 1 of September together, and I appreciate all of your imagery. I think they are looking great. I still am not 100% sure about how I'm going to approach, because I want it to be consistent. So I like that. I mean, playing cards is a good one. You know why? Because you could get 26 sets. No, you wouldn't have to get 26 sets, but you could do an image on the back of each playing card, because there are 26 in a set. No, there are 52. Oh, there are 52. So you could do 2 images. You could do 2 exactly the same, and then you could play snap. That would be good. So your goal is to create 2 images exactly the same. This is Coffee and Posca. Tomorrow is jelly plate printing, and so we're going to be together in Zoom tomorrow morning for jelly plates. It's going to be messy. I have to get all my, maybe I'll go to the dollar store and get some cheap acrylic paints. I don't really want to use my nicer ones. Julie says, I have a cup of coffee for me, a cup of coffee for painting, a cup of water for acrylics wash, and one for my oil paints. Bets are on which one I'll end up drinking. Well, don't put your coffee that you're drinking on your left and everything. Hang on, are you left-handed or right-handed? The coffee looks green, pretty combo. Yeah, it's kind of a strange color. Thank you, Amy. It is odd, a little bit odd. I feel like I should try maybe one more. I'm gonna do it on watercolor paper though. Okay, I'm switching out of my, did everybody see that I put in the description yesterday the little code and the link to these books if you want one? She only ships to the US though, unfortunately. So there is many apologies to that. All right. Let's try washes of coffee. Right-handed. Yeah, so put it on your left. So he says, I won't be here tomorrow because I will be painting at the ocean. Woohoo! Yay, C, finally. Ah, C's going to Acadia. Oh, it's going to be so exciting. I can't wait. Can you take us with you? Oh, you could do a live there. Can you do a little live on Instagram? Do you know how to do that, C? Ooh, can you do a live? Please, can you do a live? I really want to hear the waves smashing against the rocks. You know what? Coffee is very nice for blonde hair. It is like the perfect color. Hi, Christina. How are you? Finally, wish I could. Okay, we need to have a conversation today on Zoom and I'm going to show you how to do it because that would be fabuloso. C is going to a national park near where she lives. Oh, you're not going to Acadia, are you? Are you going to Acadia or are you just going to the ocean? I mean, it doesn't really matter. You're going to the ocean. That's fantastic. Just so excited for you. I mean, we could do that portrait where we don't look at ourselves and just remember how we are. Could do that. What is that? Something got on my page. It's very light. Did Patty say? What did Patty say? Patty says, oh, somebody is perky this morning. No, I'm excited. I'm excited for C because it's been weeks, months that she's wanting to go here. And whether it's been the weather or whether it's been her friend not being able to make it or not being well. And now she finally gets to go. You guys are funny. I've literally had this much of coffee, an inch of coffee, because it's cold. It's getting warmer. What's wrong with your food, Piper? You don't want to eat? Okay, I really like this on watercolor paper. I don't know if you can really see it. I'm going to wait for that to dry. I'm going to do one in tea over on this side. Tea? Would you like a cup of tea? And then, okay, Sue says it's part of Acadia, Shudik Point. You should be able to layer the coffee once it's dry. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do the tea and then layer it as well. The tea is very light. The tea may not give me any. I should have just used a regular tea bag. I thought I was being great and using like an echinacea and elderberry. I thought the elderberry would give me much more color. Oh no, it's not giving me anything. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for the coffee. It's pronounced Shudik. Okay, Shudik. Hi Janan, good morning. It's Thursday. I do love Thursdays. Thursdays are great days. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, so if you have blonde hair, anybody? Janan? Anyone else got blonde hair here? Hi Genevieve. Hello. I've got Gusto Crema coffee. Not sure how it will turn out. You're not supposed to use the coffee that you're drinking. Are you using coffee that you're drinking? Anyway, if you've got blonde hair, coffee is like divine for blonde hair. It's a great tonal color. Shudik. Oh, Skudik. Skudik? Why did I say Shudik? Oh, because the other one is how it's Skudik. Okay, it's Skudik Point. Like scoot. Skudik. That's where C is going tomorrow, so she can't do jelly plate printing with us. That's okay, C. I will record it for you. I'll record it. You'll see all our messes. It'll be fun. I think it'll be a great meet. If you are a paid subscriber of Substack or Patreon, you can come to our Friday and Monday morning Zoom meets. And that's only $5 a month. So if you're wanting to join that, please do. We would love to have you on a Friday and Monday morning. Those are not usually recorded, by the way. They're just a hangout, a chat. We get to show our work, chat about all the things. Yeah. They're like my favorite mornings. They really are. Yay, recording. Okay, I'm slowly coming to life here. I don't know if I can reactivate. I don't know how dark it will get if I just layer upon layer upon layer. But this is much better than the other paper, because you need to have quite a lot of liquid, I think. I needed, you know what I needed? Like a Turkish coffee or a Moroccan coffee or something like that. Something that was really quite thick. Does anybody have one of those? Not that you can give it to me, but is anybody using a very thick coffee this morning? Okay, I'm going to have some of my coffee. It's getting all nice and warm. Hang on. Yes, you are using a Turkish or Moroccan coffee. Oh, Elvira says I use instant coffee. Oh, so you can do that. That's cool. Yeah, I'm quite liking how it's turning out. I'm just going to leave it to dry a little bit while I what else can we talk about this morning? Do you have a favorite coffee, and how do you take your coffee? I went from having sugar with a creamer in, like a hazelnut creamer, to just black. And in between that, I did black with honey, and then I just went black. So now I just have black coffee. Julie says, I'm using hydrosoluble coffee, very dark. Oh, cool. Amy says, this image is very beautiful, gentle. Thank you, Amy. I don't want to drink that one. No, don't drink that one. And Elvira says, not that my painting improves by that. I'm sure it looks great. I really like how the granulation is happening and forming, like with each, especially like where I'm putting a little bit more of the coffee down, the edges are becoming a little bit harder. And then I'm going to show you closer so you can see. Can you see that? So the edges are like giving me a little bit of an outline, which is kind of cool. Okay, let's do more. I'm just going to go in where the darker areas are and see if see, it's still wet. When it's wet, you really can't do too much. Genevieve says, I love coffee, but I can't drink it anymore. Only decaf or decaf tea. The taste is not the same. That darn heart's right there, not the same. Yeah, I don't think decaf tastes the same, does it? It's a shame, because if they made decaf, I would drink, like if they made decaf taste the same, I would drink coffee a lot more. I usually have like 2 in the morning, but they're just this size. So if you go to like a coffee shop, it's like a double, isn't it? Okay, I need to put my sweater on, which is up here. Does it lift? It does kind of lift a little bit from the paper. This I don't really like, so I'm going to pull this down a bit. I may have to use my dryer. I'm going to use my dryer. Oh, where is my dryer? It's on that level. There we go. Everything is kind of balancing. Excuse the noise, everybody. Oh, now look how it's dried. I want to show you close up. Look. See that? Okay. I'm going to keep going. Hi, Martina. How are you? I have tea that is not working, and I have coffee, which is great for blonde hair. It does look cool. So I'm going to keep going and maybe get some more like smaller details in, and hopefully these will show on top. Really, you can't see how it works until it dries. So it gets darker when it dries. It's just like a little bit of magic happening. My lips are definitely not that big, even though I wish they were. So I'm going to make them a little bit smaller. And my chin is a little bit lower. I can lift that. So you can lift the coffee, which is quite nice. Just move those more defined lines. I have a longer face than I painted. And also, let's move this line a little bit down here. You know what? It may be cool to try coffee on gesso and see what happens. C says, I seem to resemble John Lennon this morning in my pink tea. It is quite a delicate technique. It's good for me to slow down sometimes because I always want to do things so quickly. But the fine arts program with the visual arts passage, I definitely feel like I've been slowing down because some paintings have been taking me like 3 weeks. Not that I've been working on them solid, but they have, like, some of them have really given me a little bit of a hard time. And I mean, it's been good because at the end, I know that I'm happy with it. So that's good. Sometimes, like, our work that we do, we're not always happy with it. So working on it, it just goes to show you can keep working, keep working, keep working, and it will transform into something that you're happy with, which is definitely helpful to know, I think, to not give up. Patty, have you painted on your big canvases yet? So let's like throw out some ideas. What are you going to be drawing on for your ABCs in the mornings? Everybody who is going to be joining us, do you have a plan? Are you going to be creating something for a project? Like you could do an illustration a day and make your own ABC book and try and get it published or self-publish it. Patricia says, I agree with the slowing time. I'm having a lot of problems with coffee. You know what, like you really do need to wait for it to dry. Patricia says, I like it to create stains in the page and then work on those. Though that's a really good idea, actually. So maybe on this side, I should do that. Get a big brush and just put some marks on here. And do maybe a little bit more of an abstract one. And let that dry. Patricia says, nope. Anybody else has any ideas of what they want to do for the next month coming up? Are you all participating in the ABCs, daily ABCs? I mean, you could do anything. You could create a matching game, like a snap. What is it called? You could do that, or you could just fill a sketchbook up and create a daily practice and draw all the images. You could do a whole month of lettering, of typography. That would be really cool as well. You could put all the images in a big letter. Each day could be just a big letter, and then you fit all the images inside that. That's also a nice idea. I was thinking about that. Like I said, the playing cards may be a really good idea. Janan says, I want to either make a book for my youngest grandson or an art-themed ABC book. An art-themed ABC book would be very cool. My lips are not quite dry yet, so I don't want to put anything there. I can darken my top here. So if you're just joining, remember to press the thumbs up like button. And if you're not a subscriber yet, please become a subscriber. I am on YouTube live Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday mornings at this time. You do have access to replays. That may change. I know I keep saying that this may change, but it really may change. If I can get my act together, because I would love to have more live people, like actually here live. And another thing is, I think, Substack subscribers and Patreons should get benefits and have access to the replays. So that may be an option that I may be changing it, and the lives may be available for 24 hours, and then they go into the monthly Padlet that is accessible to... Oh no, I think I liked it at the beginning. My hair just looks like, I don't know, a shag. Huh. And this is too dark, so I'm going to lift this. And I need to make my lips, I don't think they're quite dry, but it's quite unpredictable coffee. Anyway, so thank you for coming, those of you who always show up. I really do appreciate it. I used to be live over on Instagram, and I'm getting used to it over here now. I like being able to put more in the description afterwards if I want to. I like being able to save the video. I can share it if I want to, or I can keep it private. So I have more control over that, whereas Instagram, you either show it or you don't show it. Amy says calligraphy practice. I think that's a great idea too. A calligraphy practice of your ABCs. A whole morning of just doing different letters. Filling a book of, I mean, that could be, you know, it could be one of the exercises daily that we do. Esty says, I created a book and I think I'm using the ABC for drawing from my photos. Oh, good idea. Leslie says, animals. You're going to do a whole month of animals in the ABCs. Leslie says, I like the idea of ABC on playing cards. Also, We ABC book for my granddaughter about Canadian ABCs. Yes, that's a good idea as well. And C says, yes, participating, thinking of using a color of the alphabet, but nothing for X. Oh, X-ray. It could be see-through, so it could be like on transparent paper or transparent film. That's a good, then it becomes see-through. Or you just do something and then put a film over the top and it can be X-ray, like a transparency. Janan says, I love the YouTube format. Thank you so much for all that you pour into us. You're welcome. And Genevieve says, I feel that the more the layers, the longer it takes to dry. Yes, I think you're right. And Christina says, I think I'll do an illustration of a song a day. Ooh, that's a good idea. And Melissa says, for the playing cards, since there are 52, you could do one illustration and one letter, and then you could have a matching game. Such a great idea. And if you don't understand the image, you're going to have a really hard time matching the letter with the image. But that is a great idea. Patricia says, in order to do an ABC on cards or something, you don't have to have a theme, like fruits or something like that. No, that's true, but the month is about ABCs. Right? There's Patricia thinking outside the box and breaking all the rules again. No, I'm joking. You can do whatever you want. Okay, so I'm going to dry it again because I can see everything is drying and there are layers coming into it. Yes, I see what you mean, Patricia. That's true. You don't have to have a theme. It's just going to be ABCs is the theme. You're right. I'm looking quite moody. So that's supposed to dry darker, but it did not dry darker. I think I'm just going to go over the edge of my glasses. Is anybody else's coffee like much darker than mine? I'll lift that. I have to see how that dries as well. Yeah, it's difficult. Genevieve says, my coffee is really pale too. I might finish mine with an ink pen. Yeah, you could do that. Melissa says, I'm going to start gessoing. What does that say? A set of cards right now. Don't you think that's a great idea? Just a little set. I think that would be really nice. I may have to go into the dollar store and get some cards. Maybe get 2 sets of cards. Is it okay to just use acrylic paint and gesso on gesso? Acrylic paint as a gesso. Well, gesso has a little bit more grip. Acrylic paint, if you're using acrylic on a plain card, it may just peel off, Leslie, because it doesn't have that primer to it. You could use primer, like a wool primer. That's pretty much similar to gesso. So you could use wool, like latex wool primer, or like any primer. You could use that. I want my neck to be darker because I want this to be darker than that. So hang on a second. Leslie, when do you go down to Chattanooga? Is that coming up soon? Okay, I want to see how dark it can get as a layer. And even just putting a tiny dot down, it kind of just separates. It keeps separating. October. Oh, okay. Melissa Martin says, do you think the cards need to be sanded, or will the gesso be okay on the slight gloss? What did I do? Let's have a look. Oh, I think I just stuck down. Who did cards before? Did you just paint on the glass, or I think gesso will be okay. Patricia sanded the cards. I know I did not sand the cards, but hang on. I'm going to take my cards down, but I used a lot of collage, so, but I wonder if I have. Oh, you know what? I didn't. I stuck a piece of paper of cardstock to the back of the card. That's what I did. So I kind of eliminated that. Look. So I had scraps of paintings and I put down, so they're not super precise, but so I have paintings like watercolor paper and heavy cardstock paper on mine, and that's what I used. Did I do that on all of them? I think I did it on all of them, yeah. So hang on, Patricia, did you gesso and then sand? What did you do? I want to know. I want to know. Okay, and I'm just going to quickly dry this again while you guys chat. Oh, it says it may be used on almost any surface, so I think I'll just go for it. Hey Tash, I missed today. I'll wait for the replay. Oh no. Okay, trying to make my pupil a lot darker, it just doesn't work. So, and trying to make this area a lot darker also doesn't work. So I think this is the darkest that I can go. I mean, there is the granulation of the coffee that is creating a darker outline. But that's about it. Look, I'll show you closer. So you can see, like, I keep putting little dots of coffee on here, expecting it to like go as dark as the granulation, and it doesn't. So I think this is kind of the darkest my coffee is gonna go. I'm not sure, like, I'm not sure. I like what Patricia says, to make a blob and then to you can draw over the top of that blob. I like that too. It'll probably, it's like magic, it kind of suddenly shows up. Yeah, the granulation is quite cool. Hello, Louise. Louise says, hi, Shah, just joined the live when making coffee for painting. Does it need to be a strong brew? Okay, I didn't do as strong as I should. I should have done an espresso instead of, this is like a small cup of coffee. Also, some people have been using instant coffee, so that's really good because you can kind of tell, like, you can just add a little bit of water. I think that would be good. Also, is you're drinking coffee well out of reach? Well out of reach, well out of reach. So that's yes. Oh, Patricia says, I like smooth surfaces. That's why I sanded them. Thank you, Christina. And Patricia says you need a Turkish coffee to get the dark you want. Yes. But like I said in the beginning, if you have blonde hair, this is perfect, the perfect color for blonde hair. It's like an ochre, but it has more of like a yellow, like it's odd, but it's really good. It's a good blonde hair color. Meryl says, I glued watercolor paper on one side of the card. Just like, yeah, we did the same, didn't we, Meryl? And Louise says, thank you, Patricia. Genevieve says, my paintbrush smells of coffee now. Oh, I didn't smell mine. Oh, ooh, it smells gross. Ugh. It smells like old coffee. Patricia says, do a blob with coffee and the rest with some other thing. Yes, I think that's a good idea. Yeah. So this one has taken a long time, but I did try a coffee drawing in here somewhere, if I can find it, and it was very, very light. Here we go. I wonder if that would like show up now, like if I went over it. I also tried it on somewhere in here too, and I dated it. Just can't find it. Oh, here. And then I did Posca in between. The granulation isn't the same in here, so I feel like it's only because it's watercolor paper that you get the granulation, so it kind of separates and then leaves these lines here of the granulation of the coffee. Janan says, I used to put coffee in my hair to darken it. Aww. That would be my sister, you guys. She wanted her hair darker, so she didn't. I don't think she did that though. But she didn't like her really, really blonde hair when she was younger. Which is crazy. That was a yawn. Okay, everybody. It is 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'm going to stamp it. Is that the right way around? I'm going to stamp it and I'm going to sign it. And this is my portrait. So today, just a reminder, Melissa Martin has her art hang party at 7 p.m. Eastern. Go check out Melissa Martin's YouTube and subscribe. She, oh, and make sure if you're here to press the like button. I'm going to do a refresh and see how many people are pressing the like button here. 18 likes. Thank you so much. Yeah, so go and check out Melissa Martin's art hang party. It's a lot of fun. There's music, there's time drawings, and it's all about squirrels, cats, and ducks this evening. Then Beth Spencer has her Dogs of Muttville. That's at 12 p.m. Eastern. And then don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. If you're not on my newsletter, I will put a link in this video, but we're having a free drawing event to start September of our ABCs. So have a think about what theme you want to continue with. I'm still thinking, but yeah. Thank you, Leslie. I can't wait to see all of yours. Remember to use the hashtag charsartclass 0824 if you're posting on Instagram so that I can find you, and also tag me. Bye, everybody. Have a really good day. Oh, and the Visual Arts Passage also has a drawing session at 7 p.m. Eastern if you want to just, you know, have a chilled drawing session, painting some portraits. So animals or portraits, it's up to you. Take care, everybody. Bye.